Midday.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Tom George. Kenny Bergamy has the day off. Our top story at noon, a Macon man died when his bicycle was hit by a car in Bolingbroke. That's according to a news release from the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. They say it happened around 4 p.m. yesterday on Highway 41. According to the news release, 61-year-old Walter Leggett was trying to make a left turn onto Heritage Drive. He was struck by a car driven by 78-year-old Ahmad Rashid of Macon. Leggett later died at the Medical Center of Central Georgia. The Sheriff's Department says they are still investigating how it happened, and Rashid has not been charged. Meanwhile, a Macon man died after being struck by a vehicle while on foot. He's the 10th pedestrian to be hit and killed on Macon roads this year. Bibb County Coroner Leon Jones says Luther Wright was struck on Magnolia Street last Wednesday. Jones says Wright died just after 11 p.m. last night from his injuries. He was 60 years old. Well, food stamp benefits will change for millions of people starting this Friday. The cuts will affect more than 47 million people that currently receive food stamps. That's about 15% of the U.S. population, up from nearly 9% in 2007. The average benefit per person stands at about $133 a month, and that amount will go down. The cuts total up to $5 billion. Congress could delay the decision, but that's unlikely. According to the USDA, 1 in 5 people in Georgia currently receive food stamps. That's above the national average and the 7th highest rate nationwide. Well, we have more information today on a deadly plane crash in South Georgia earlier this month. Investigators say the small plane had descended from its cruising altitude before radar and radio contact was lost. The National Transportation Safety Board says no distress calls or further communication were received from the pilot before the plane plunged into a field. It happened on October 18th north of Tifton. The Federal Aviation Administration said the plane was on its way to LaGrange. The only occupant, 39-year-old Michael Elliott Leadley of Orlando, was killed. Well, Taylor Farms has recalled broccoli salad and slaw sold in 25 states in the southeastern and eastern United States. The products may contain ingredients contaminated with listeria. The item was sold at stores like Stop & Shop, ShopRite, and Acme's between October 19th and 24th. Winn-Dixie and Giant Food have removed the salad from their shelves and are offering refunds. There have been no reports of illnesses. And the FDA proposed new rules to make dog and cat food safer. The FDA's new rule would require animal food manufacturers to put procedures in place to prevent illnesses caused by bacteria or chemicals. An FDA spokesman says the new rule is meant to protect animals and people. Last week, jerky treats from China killed nearly 600 dogs and made more than 3,000 other pets ill. Georgia will join 6 other states in a pilot program to train new teachers. The 7 states will work over 2 years with educators, training programs, colleges and universities, and school districts to improve teacher preparation. The Network for Transforming Education Preparation was created by the Council of Chief State School Officers and supported by 17 national organizations. A new study finds students who suffer concussions may need time off from both the playing field and the classroom. Doctors at Washington University say kids with severe symptoms like headaches and memory loss should be kept at home until they improve. Researchers say students usually recover from a concussion within 3 weeks. Pediatricians say parents need a plan to limit their child's media exposure. From TVs to smartphones, doctors say kids should spend 2 hours a day or less in front of a screen. Curfews need to be in place for mealtime and bedtime, and no screens in the bedroom. They also recommend parents take an active role in what children are exposed to. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. The international outrage over the alleged National Security Agency's spying practices is not letting up. The U.S. ambassador to Spain was summoned to the Foreign Ministry in Madrid this morning to answer new eavesdropping allegations. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from Washington, D.C. Well, the former doctor convicted of causing Michael Jackson's death has been released from jail. Jail records confirm Conrad Murray was released this morning. The Sheriff's Department says he left a downtown Los Angeles jail shortly after midnight. The former cardiologist served less than 2 years in jail after being convicted in 2011 of involuntary manslaughter for Jackson's June 2009 death. Murray's medical licenses remain suspended or revoked in 3 states. All right, David. Well, it's been jockeying back and forth between cold weather, warm weather. You don't know whether to put on the jacket or leave it off. What's going on?
It's exactly what happens here in Middle Georgia in the fall. If you don't like the weather, just wait a day or two and it's sure to change. This weekend, we had one of our most significant shots of cool air of the season, and now we're starting to warm back up, although temperatures today have been tempered somewhat with all of the cloud cover that we are seeing across the area. This is a live look over all 4 of our alpha.
All right, David, as long as we have you on the desk, I know that you're a big Cards fan. I'm a Red Sox fan. I need you to put your forecasting skills to good use, but I want an unbiased prediction of how the rest of the series is going to go.
Honestly, I think the team that wins tonight has the advantage going back to Boston.
To come and see what's going on in Twiggs County. We are very excited about it.
All right, thank you so much. It's the center of the state, but not the middle of nowhere. Clearly a lot going on there in Twiggs County. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll have another look at your forecast after the break when Eyewitness News Midday returns. All right, well, it seems like ready or not, Halloween is coming. I'm looking at that 7-day. It looks like a sunny Halloween, good for trick-or-treating.
Exactly. It's looking more and more like the storm system that's going to be headed in towards that time period will hold off until Friday or at the early